On to our developing story tonight. The United States has commended Sri Lanka's commitment over the United Nations Human Rights Report. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry highlighted this fact in a statement made today.
The main sponsors of the resolution on Sri Lanka are the Republic of Macedonia, Montenegro, the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland and the United States of America, and it was tabled at the UNHRC yesterday. In a statement, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said that the resolution represents a landmark shared recognition of the critical importance of truth, justice, reparations and guarantees of non-recurrence in promoting reconciliation and ensuring an enduring peace and prosperity for all Sri Lankans. He adds that the Sri Lankan government's decision to join as a co-sponsor paves the way for all to work together to deliver the commitments reflected in the resolution. He notes that the resolution marks an important step towards a credible transitional justice process owned by Sri Lankans and with the support and involvement of the international community. John Kerry says that the resolution will help families of the missing find answers about their loved ones, and it lays out a path to provide truth, justice, reparation and guarantees of non-recurrence that the Sri Lankan people deserve, while safeguarding the reputation of those including within the military who conducted themselves with honour and professionalism. He notes that as he promised in Colombo earlier this year, the United States will remain steadfast in its commitment to walk with Sri Lanka as it takes these important but challenging steps. Making a statement in Colombo last evening, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Sri Lanka has decided to co-sponsor the US draft resolution.
I thought it important for my announcement to make for the whole country. I got late, so I must apologize for getting late. One of the persons responsible is also seated near the British High Commissioner. But nevertheless, the end result has been that Sri Lanka has also co-sponsored the resolution on Sri Lanka. Our permanent representative in Geneva told me that he has handed it in, and under this we will no longer have to face the pressures, and the world has accepted the fact that we are building a democratic society. Our commitment to democracy has been accepted, and we will have a judicial mechanism, a Sri Lankan judicial mechanism, which will include the Office of a Special Counsel to inquire and investigate into it, and there we will certainly have the help not only of Sri Lankans but of Commonwealth and foreign judges and lawyers, but all that has to be authorized by a law in Sri Lanka. So it's all done according to and under the Sri Lankan constitution. We have also stated, and we have all agreed, that we will implement a political solution and bring in the necessary constitutional measures.
Over the past week, member states held discussions on the US draft resolution on Sri Lanka. The final draft resolution was tabled yesterday and it contained 20 proposals. What is significant in the draft resolution that was tabled was that a number of proposals have been included with regard to Sri Lanka. The draft resolution has welcomed historic free and fair democratic elections in January and August 2015 and peaceful political transition in Sri Lanka. The draft resolution also welcomes the steps taken by the government of Sri Lanka since January 2015 to advance respect for human rights and to strengthen good governance and democratic institutions. The draft resolution recognizes the need for a process of accountability and reconciliation for violations and abuses committed by the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, or the LTTE, highlighted in the OISL report. The resolution called for a credible justice process with the Sri Lankan judicial mechanism, including the Commonwealth and other foreign judges, defence lawyers and authorised prosecutors and investigators. What is notable is that the government of Sri Lanka will not be forced to comply with any of the proposals and recommendations. The language and the content of the draft resolution tabled yesterday notes that it welcomes the steps taken by the government of Sri Lanka. Earlier it was said that the steps taken by the government of Sri Lanka would be considered. It has also been proposed to review the contents of the reports by the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights during the 32nd session of the UNHRC in June 2016. A complete report will be submitted at the 34th session of the UNHRC in March 2017. Moreover, Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira chaired the Commonwealth Foreign Ministers meeting held in New York. Subsequent to the meeting, he met with the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Kamlesh Sharma, for a discussion.